Hello dear viewers and welcome to the world of Python. Hope your programming journey is going awesome. So here we will be discussing some amazing and cool things about Python along with the basic Python features. So let's start with today's topic of discussion, that is not your trivial Python variables. So firstly let's understand what is a variable. So let's say you are having some data and you are thinking of storing it into memory for doing some processing later. So what you can do is basically you can just open your Python interpreter, and if you say a equal to, let's say your data is 45, and if you hit enter, so this value 45 is stored into your memory, and that memory location where you have stored your data, so that is labeled as a. So basically whenever you want to address your 45 data, so that you can access with the help of a. Now you would be thinking that why I would store this into a variable. So the basic reason is that let's say 45 is a small data, but let's say tomorrow if you are having something like this, a large number somewhat, so in that case if you want to do the calculations related to this, it would be very difficult, right? So in that case this variable would be very helpful to you. Okay, so let's understand some different types of variables. So I have mentioned that a is equal to 45. So if I see the type of this variable, so that is class integer. So this is value is stored as integer. So this is basically one of the good things about Python, that whenever you are assigning any value to the variable, so instead of you mentioning the data type explicitly, it would directly understand that it is a type of integer or it is type of string or float based on what data you are giving it as an input. So let's say another variable, let's say b equal to India. So I have stored b as India, and if we see the type of this variable, so that would be class str. So this is a variable of type string, and let's say we want to store the value of pi. So as you all know that pi is a floating point value. So if we enter it and if we see type of pi, you would see the class as float. So these are some basic types of variables wherein it is like integer, it is string or float. So these are three basic types. Some advanced variables, if we see, they are also called as data types in Python. So they are like string, tuples, dictionaries. So if you have basically a collection of data, you want to store few numbers together, so you can store it with the help of, let's say we give it some different name, my list. Then if you see type of this variable, it would be list. So this is another type of variable. Another data type is tuple. So if you see it, and now if we see the type of this variable, so it would be class tuple. So basically the difference between a list and tuple is that it is a list is a mutable, means you can do some changes into the list, and in tuple you cannot do any changes. So once if you have stored some values, they are like uneditable. So that is basically the difference between a list and a tuple. If you want to understand the complete differences between lists and tuples, we can have a different video. Let me know in the comments for the same. Okay, so these are some basic variables. Along with that, I will tell you about the dictionary variable also. So if I say my dict equal to this one, so this is basically a key value pair. Let's say I've created this variable my dict, and abc is the key, and I want to access a value xyz with the help of that. So abc would be the key here and xyz would be the value. So basically here we would be dealing with the help of key value pairs. And if I see the type of my dict, so it would be class dictionary. Okay, so here we have seen different kinds of variable types over here. So it was integer initially, then we had string, then we had float, and if we see some collection kind of variables, so my list, my tuple, and my dictionary, so these were like list, tuple, and dictionary kind of variables. Now let's see some cool facts which we had said earlier. So if we create like this, a equal to, let's say ABC. So you would think that because we had created a tuple this way, my tuple equal to 1 to 3, so A equal to ABC, that would also be a tuple, right? If I hit enter, and now if I see what is the type of this, and you would be amazed to see that now it is saying it is not tuple, it is str. So why this is happening? So this is happening because if you want to create a tuple of only one element, so that is not created in this way. If you create it ABC and then you give 1 comma and there is no element ahead of this, and now if you save it, and now if you see type of A, it would be tuple. So basically the thing what is happening in this part is that if you are creating a tuple with only one element, you need to add a comma after that. Only then you would be able to create a tuple, otherwise it would be taking it as a string. So this is one of the amazing things in Python which you would come across. Okay, now let's see one another thing, like let's say we are having A equal to 2 or 3. So what do you think, what would be taken up in this case? Or do you think this would be accepted, or this would throw an error? What do you think? Okay, so A equal to 2 or 3, if we do it and if we hit enter, so it is not throwing any error, it is accepting it. But if we want to see what is stored in A, so A will be having the value of 2. So how this is taking it is, this is an OR kind of thing, right? So you must have known about this, that when we are using AND or these kind of things, so in case of OR, the value which is coming first, that would be taken. The reason being that in case of OR, the value which is coming, that is both of these are true, right? Because 2 is not having any other value, or 2 is basically only one value, so that is true. In the basic terms, it is a true value. So true or true, that is the thing. So because we are having one true value that is coming in the first position itself, so because of that it is taking the first value as 2. Now let's say A equal to 3 and 2. Now if I see what is the value of A, so it is again coming as 2. So the reason being here is, here we are checking what is the first and second value, and when we are getting both of them as true, so it is being overridden over there, and because of that A is coming as 2 in case of AND. So that is another interesting thing which you would see in Python. Okay, now if you want to assign, let's say you want to create multiple variables in Python, let's say A, B and C, and having values as 1, 2 and 3. So normally you would have to do something like A equal to 1, B equal to 2 and C equal to 3, something like this. Yeah, but in Python you also have that liberty, like you can just do like this: A comma B comma C equal to, and let's say I want to just change the values for better understanding, 4, 5 and 6. So if I do this, and now if I check what is the value of A, you would be having 4, value of B it is 5, and value of C, that is 6. So this is one of the amazing things in Python, where you can just assign the values, multiple values to multiple variables, and Python would automatically understand in between that how the values are assigned. Okay, so now let's understand one more type of variable, that is, let's say A equal to true. So if I see the type of this variable, it is class boolean. So this is a different kind of a data type, wherein we are having the values as true and false. But if I am just storing it as A equal to into double quotes true, so in that case, and if we see the value of the type of A, so it would be str and it would not be boolean. So keep in mind that whenever you are storing characters as string, so in that case you would have to give double quotes over there. You would have to enclose it in double quotes, only then it would be taken as a string. Otherwise it would be taken it as a variable, some other variable, or it would be taking if you are writing the word true or false or something like built-in identifiers which are there in Python, so it would be trying to search in those kind of things. So you can take care of this. Oh, by the way, these things are mostly asked in interviews, so maybe in the entry level interviews or also at the experience level you may come across these kind of questions, so you can make a note of this. Okay, one other amazing thing is, if you do a equal to 2 comma 3, so what do you think, what will be the output? Will it accept it or will it throw an error? Okay, let's give it a try. I have hit enter and no error. So let's see what a is having, and here is the value. So here we are having basically a tuple of 2 comma 3. If we see type of a, it would be a tuple. So how this is happening, so when we actually enter numbers into the variable, and they are comma separated, so it directly takes them as a tuple. So let's try with another value. Let's say if we are doing 3 comma 4 comma 5, and let's see what is the output. Yeah, it has accepted, and a, it is having a tuple of 3 4 5, and type of a is tuple. So I hope you found this video knowledgeable and helpful. If you like this video, do press that thumbs up button over there, and let me know whatever you want to know more about Python in the comment section. Do share and subscribe for more. Thank you.